Well, the Turtle Beach VelocityOne flight yoke made waves when it first came out in 2021. So let's find out if it's still worth spending your hard-earned money 4 years later in 2025. I'm going to break it all down, the good, the bad, and who should still consider buying it. So let's get into it. First things first, what makes the VelocityOne stand out? If you don't already know, it's an all-in-one flight yoke and throttle quadrant combo, which is pretty rare to come by. So it's a great value for the price, as usually you have to buy both the throttle and the quadrant separately. It comes with a built-in display, many customizable buttons, and a sleek design, if I do say so myself. Aesthetically, it's awesome. I think it looks great, and I love the fact that you can change the LED backlights to any color you'd like. It's rather small and compact, and you can easily attach it to pretty much any desk with its built-in clamps. Another feature that makes it stand out is that it is compatible with both Xbox and PC users. Although the Honeycomb Alpha is compatible, it's not as easy to just plug and play, and you are also forced to spend more money on an adapter hub, which allows you to connect to consoles. So that's the aesthetics. Now let's look into what really matters, the performance and feel. To be blunt, this yoke certainly has its pros and cons. The VelocityOne yoke offers smooth tension-based controls, 180-degree yoke rotation, and honestly, awesome trim control. But let's be real, it's not as heavy-duty as the competition, which is the Honeycomb Alpha. For example, the throttle controls really have no resistance whatsoever, but for myself, that's perfectly fine and it does the job. The biggest fault I found with Yoke is the pitch control. I have found this quite jerky, making smooth landings and takeoffs pretty frustrating actually at times. I did manage to find a workaround for this by changing some of the sensitivity settings in the sim. There are more than enough buttons for the average user and hobbyist, and it's truly a great purchase for any newcomers into the flight sim world. With all that being said, let's weigh the pros and the cons and see if it's worth buying in 2025. So let's quickly go over the good. It is, like I said, an all-in-one package. So you get the yoke and the throttle quadrant, which saves you a lot of money and space. It also has a customizable RGB and display screen, which adds kind of like a modern touch, so it still looks like it belongs in 2025. Another great feature is that it's very easy to set up. It's great for beginners jumping into the flight sim world that don't want to waste a bunch of time binding all of the controls. And lastly, it is both Xbox and PC compatible right out of the box, a rare feature for the price range. Now, that is the good. Let's look at the bad. Here are a few things that might make you think twice about purchasing it. Number one, it is a plastic build, so it's not as premium as other options like the Honeycomb Alpha. Number two, my biggest frustration, the jerky controls. Personally, I have dealt with some pretty poor pitch controls due to the jerkiness, but like I said, you can work around this by changing the sensitivity settings in the game. And lastly, it has limited modability. Unlike the Honeycomb setup, you can't just swap in different throttles. You kind of just get what you get. So now that we've weighed out the pros and the cons, let's ask the most important question. Who should buy this in 2025 and who shouldn't? If you're a beginner or a casual simmer who wants an all-in-one setup without spending a fortune, this is a solid buy for you. Like if you're on a budget, this is a great purchase with lots of value. But if you're super serious about flight simulation and you want more of a premium feel and money maybe just isn't really a problem for you, you might want to consider other options like the Honeycomb Alpha. All right, captains, that's my breakdown of the Turtle Beach VelocityOne in 2025. What do you think? Is it still worth it? Are you looking at something else? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more flight sim and aviation content, and don't forget, keep learning, stay motivated, and chase your dreams. It's Steve with The Wired Flyer. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.